Hey everybody, today we are going to be working on multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. So the I can statement for this screencast is I can multiply fractions and mixed numbers. So to get started, you're going to want to have a piece of paper and a pencil. So go ahead and pause the video, get those materials, and then hit play once you have them. When we talk about multiplication, I want you to remember that multiplication is repeated addition. So just like you would do repeated addition for whole number multiplication, we can do the same thing with fractions. So for example, if we had 5 times 1/3, it would be the same as 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. That repeated addition is multiplication. So to get us started, I just wanted to review some fractional concepts. So we have one circle over here and the whole circle together. If I highlighted it and I highlighted it in yellow and shaded the whole circle in, you can see that we have 5 parts to our whole. So our denominator, when we would go to write it, would have a denominator of a 5 because there are 5 parts in the whole. Now, let's say I just wanted to shade in, say, 2 of the parts. So I'll shade that in red. We would say that this picture represents the fraction, and I'll put the numerator there, 2/5. Now, I want to show you how this is important when it comes to multiplying fractions. So if you look over here to my right, I have a circle. And if I shade the whole thing in, this is representing a whole. And the way that we would write that, because it is one whole, so it's just one big piece. And if I shade in one part of that whole, the whole thing, and shade that in, my numerator would be 1 out of the one whole. So it would end up being like 1/1. We don't often hear people say that, but it would be called 1/1. And again, it is 1, and I'll write the word whole over here. And then if I did the same thing to the next circle, so again, as a whole, it is just one piece. So the whole is 1, it's one piece. If I shaded the whole thing in, my denominator would be a denominator of 1. And if I am looking at one part of the whole, it would end up being, again, the whole thing. It would be that one piece that I would be shading in. And my numerator, again, would end up being 1 out of the whole piece. So again, this is also one whole. Now, if we take a look at the last circle, and for the last circle, I'll just copy this and move this over. And for the fraction, again, coloring one whole, shading the whole thing in yellow, and again, it would be 1/1. So if we look at this all together, this whole plus this whole plus this whole, we could say that it is 3 wholes, or simply just 3. And then taking a look at the fractions, if we were to add it together, it would be 1/1 plus 1/1 plus 1/1 equals, and the way that you would write it would be 3/1, or simply 3. This is a really important concept to think about because when we are multiplying fractions, you multiply across the numerator and across the denominator. So when you have a whole number, such as 3, you can always write it as a fraction by putting it over 1, because you can see how the whole is. It's just 1/1, 1/1, 1/1. It is one part of the whole, which is one piece. So that's why when we get into this lesson today, you're going to see me writing the whole numbers over a fraction and over the fraction with a denominator of 1. And this is exactly why. So let's take a look at some practice problems. For this first one, I just want you to watch what I do as I talk you through it. Then we'll get to do some together and you can do some independently. So for this very first one, just did the examples that we did. So it's the whole number 4 times the fraction 5/6. So again, thinking about repeated addition, it would be 5/6 plus 5/6 plus 5/6 plus 5/6. But again, that would take a really long time and multiplication would make it go a lot faster. So I'm going to put the whole number 4 over 1, because again, just like we saw in our previous example, 4 wholes would be 4 of the oneths. And also, a fraction means division. So if you divided 4 by 1, you would still get the whole number 4. So when you go to multiply across, you do 4 times 5. Go ahead and whisper it to me. Yep, 20. And then your denominator, you go across the bottom. 1 times 6. Go ahead, whisper it to me, everybody. You got it. It's going to be 6. Now, this is an improper fraction, and we cannot leave it as an improper fraction. When you have this, there are several ways that you can write it as a mixed number. One way you've been doing a lot of practice is simply by decomposing it. So you're going to pull out the 6th. So if I decompose this, I could make it into 6 sixths plus another 6 sixths. That gives me a total of 12 sixths. I'm not yet at 20, so I can add in another 6 sixths. That gives me 18 sixths, which I'm close, but I'm still not there. So if I'm at 18, I need to add another 2 to get 20. And now looking at this, we know that when the numerator and the denominator are the same, it's a whole, it's 1. So this would be 1 whole plus 1 whole plus 1 whole, and then 2 sixths. So my answer would be 3 and 2 sixths. Now, there's another way that you can decompose an improper fraction, and that's by doing division, because again, a fraction means division. So if you did 20 divided by 6, go through the division process. How many groups of 6 can you make in 20? Well, that's 3, just like we did over here. So 3 times 6 gives you your 18. When you subtract, you're left with 2. And remember, when you have a remainder, it becomes the numerator in your fraction, and my divisor 6 becomes my denominator. So I'm still going to be getting 3 and 2 sixths. All right, let's do one together. I'd like you to pause the video and go ahead and write down 6 times 2 sevenths. Now, to set it up, you're going to again put it over the denominator of 1 so that you can multiply across. When we do that, write it with me. 6 times 2, and we know that that is 12. And then when you multiply across the denominators, your 1 times 7, you get 7. Now, we can't leave it like this. It's an improper fraction. So again, you could either decompose it, or if you do division, it would look like this. You have your 12 divided by 7, which you can make one group. 1 times 7 is 7. When you subtract, you get a remainder of 5. So that means your answer is going to be 1 whole. Your remainder 5 goes in your numerator, and your divisor 7 is your denominator. It's 1 and 5 sevenths. All right, go ahead and write this one on your paper. I'd like you to pause. I want you to solve it, and then I want you to hit play to check your answers. So go ahead and do 8 times 4 ninths. All right, let's check your work. So hopefully you put the 8 over the denominator 1 so that it's a fraction. Multiplied across, 8 times 4 gave you your 32. Multiplied across your denominators, 1 times 9 gave you 9. And then either you should have decomposed it, or you could do division to make that improper fraction become a mixed number. And when you do that, you will get 3 and 5 ninths. So let's move on now to multiplying a whole number times a mixed number. And it is going to be very similar. So taking a look at this when we're multiplying, you can actually break down, you can decompose the 4 and 3/10 to being 4 plus 3/10. And then we actually get to do the distributive property. We are distributing the 6 across to the 4, so this is really 6 times 4, and it is also 6 times 3/10. And you can think of it as this way. It is 4 and 3/10 plus 4 and 3/10 plus 4 and 3/10 plus 4 and 3/10 plus 4 and 3/10 for a 6 time plus 4 and 3/10. So we're distributing that 6 across the whole number. We're distributing the 6 across the 3/10. When you do that, 6 times 4, you're going to get 24. You can write that down. And then you're going to do 6 times your 3/10. So again, it's that 6 over 1. So it is the 6 times the 3, which is 18. And then you're multiplying across your denominators, your 1 times 10, which gives you 10. Now again, we still have an improper fraction. It's a mixed number, but it still is improper. So you can either decompose this or you can do your division. And again, it's going to be 18 divided by 10. And I know for this one we have a 2-digit divisor, but we know our multiples of 10. So I can only make one group of 10. So 10 times 1 is 10. When I subtract, I'm going to get 8. And I know some of you can probably do this mentally. You could look at that 18/10 and you would know that it is really 1 and 8/10. Now, be careful. That's not our final answer. It is not just 1 and 8/10. We need to add in our whole number. So we're adding in the whole number of the 24. And remember, 18/10 is really our 1 and 8/10. So when we add it all together, we're going to get 25 and 8/10. Now, for the next one, I want us to do it together. So on your piece of paper, go ahead and write down 3 times 2 and 5/6, and then I want you to hit play when you are ready to solve it with me. So again, you can think of it as 2 plus 5/6, and we are going to do that distributive property, and we are multiplying the 3 times the 2, and then the 3 times the 5/6 to add them all together. So let's do the first part. Everybody, what's 3 times 2? Go ahead, tell me. You got it, it's 6. So write down 6 on your paper. And then we are going to do the fractions. Remember, the whole number 3 can be expressed as a fraction over a denominator of 1, and it still is the same thing. 3 over 1 is the same thing as 3. So when I multiply across, 3 times 5 is going to give me 15 for my numerator. And then when I go across the denominator, 6 times 1 gives me 6. Can't leave it like this. It's an improper fraction. So when I break it down, you can either decompose it or do division. So 15 divided by 6 is going to be 2. Multiply 6 times 2 gives you 12. Go ahead and be writing this down on your paper with me. 15 minus 12 is going to give you 3. So that means that this is going to equal 2 and 3/6. Now the final step is to put it all together. So I'm adding the 6 whole plus the 2 and 3/6. So that is going to end up giving me a grand total of 8 and 3/6. Now you might also be thinking that you can simplify the 3/6, and you're exactly right. 3/6 is also, yes, it's a half. So you could write 8 and 1/2. All right, for the next one, go ahead and solve this entire one and then hit play so you can check your work. All right, let's check your work. So taking a look at this, again, you're decomposing 4 and 3/5 to being 4 plus 3/5. You're distributing and carrying the 6 across both. So you're doing 6 times 4, which gives you 24. Then you are thinking about the fraction, and 6 can be written as 6 over 1. So 6 times 3 gives you 18, and then 1 times 5 gives you 5. When you decompose, or if you take the 18/5 and make it into a mixed number, you'll get 3 and 3/5. So when you add the 24 and you add the 3 and 3/5 together, you get 27 and 3/5. Awesome. You guys have been doing great. So let's end with a little bit of practice. So go ahead and pause, write these 4 problems down, and then I would like you to hit play to check your work. All right, awesome work. Way to work hard on these. So taking a look at the first one, when you do 7 times 3, you get 21. And then when you do 7 times 2/8, you're going to get your 14/8. Improper fractions, so when you divide, you're going to get that that is 1 and 6/8. So then when you add 21 plus the 1 and 6/8, it gives you a final answer of 22 and 6/8. If you got it right, give yourself a star. If not, see if you can pause the video and figure out where your error was. The next one, 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 3/4 is going to give you the 9/4, which would be 15 and 2 and 1/4. Add it together, 17 and 1/4. Again, great job if you got it. If not, keep working hard, pause, see if you can identify your error. The next one, 2 times 6 gave you 12. Your 2 times 6/7, 12/7. Add those together, 13 and 5/7. Great job if you got it. If not, pause, see if you can identify where your error is. And the last one, 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times 1/3 is going to give you 9/3. When you solve and correct it, decompose it, you have 81. You add 3 to that, and that is going to give you a final answer of 84. Way to work hard today. Hopefully this helps you with multiplying fractions times a whole number and multiplying fractions times a mixed number.